You have her ID?
No, I don't want to give it to you. Why do I have to?
Because my attorney said not to.
Why do I have to give it to you? This is evidence. She's under arrest. I have to go with. I have to go. I have to go.
You don't have that choice.
Let me help you out.
No, I have to stay. Please don't do this. Don't stay. You need to grab the bags. Take the bags. Yeah. And you need to wait outside. Okay.
My husband's almost 80 years old. He can't
Yeah,
come
I
with
can't. Please, can I go? No, you can't join me there. Oh, don't do this, please.
me. Please.
Oh,
Someone's
God.
got to help him get home. This is terrible. You can't do this. This is insane.
Hold on to that for me.
Is that okay with you?
Please. You don't have that with handcuffs on her. She's not going anywhere. Please. Please.
You have anything in your pocket?
No.
Do you have anything of value in you?
No, I
Plus you have a necklace on. You
Wanna go?
can take it out.
I'll take it.
Yeah, take it off. Yeah.
And the earrings.
And the earrings.
You are listening to the Roberta Glass True Crime Report, putting the true back in true crime. From New York City, Roberta Glass is now on the record. Okay. How is everyone? The prosecution has arrested. Welcome aboard, Coercive Control. Thanks for becoming a member. Coercive Control is a crime. Roscoe sings. I'll get to it. Amanda Knox on Hulu. Isn't it Netflix? I thought it was Netflix. Is it Hulu? I'll get to it. I will get to it. I know that Monica Lewinsky is behind that somehow. So prosecution is finally rested. But before they rested, we saw two prison mates or jail mates, let's be specific, Leon County jail mates of Donna's testify against her. These are people that Donna Adelson was in jail with, that she befriended. One woman, Drina Bernhardt, Donna got so close to this Drina Bernhardt that Donna called Drina her jail daughter. So Drina was a substitute for the daughter she's estranged from, Wendy Adelson. When Wendy Adelson testified, she testified she hadn't spoken or seen her mother in 2 years, since 2.5 years, since Charlie Adelson's conviction and those angry text messages back and forth. And another woman who testified was Patricia Byrd. So just to give you a little background, Patricia Byrd was picked up in something called Operation Thin Ice. Let me just take this down for a second and I'll show you. She had trying to be vague enough to pass the censors, but she had relations with a 16 or 17-year-old. And then she failed to register on the SO list. So she was picked up in phase 2 on May 17th, 2024, Operation Thin Ice. And they arrested 8 Wakulla County-based registered SO SPs for failure to report information required during their mandated SO SP registrations. And so you can see Patricia Byrd, 40, SO due to a 2002 conviction for unlawful activity with certain minors, 16 to 17-year-olds. And there she is, on the left. And these are the people that were picked up, and 4 more. So that's from that. And that was the first woman who testified. We'll get to her testimony in a second. And the second, this is Donna's second woman who testified, was Donna Adelson's jail daughter, Drina Bernhardt. We found out that she was promised a grand piano and prescription drugs written by Dr. Obed, who was in the hot tub with Jeffrey Lacasse and Charlie Adelson. So he's a friend of Charlie Adelson's, her son, Charlie Adelson. And it made me wonder if this Dr. Obed was writing her prescriptions. Now, June Nchinda testified that Donna Adelson was taking painkillers to get through the collapse of her family, or the curse of her family. She felt her family was cursed. And that Dan Markel was haunting her from the grave. She was so upset during the time that June Nchinda was dating Charlie Adelson after the arrest of Luis Rivera and Sigfredo Garcia. But you can see she started out in 2007. This goes back to 2007. And this is her final mugshot, the picture I just showed from, so it starts in 2007 and then goes to 2022, February, June 2024. She had a couple good years there between 2022 and 2024. And she's arrested again. And then she's arrested again in September of 24. She has a burglary charge. So, and she's a addict. She said recovering addict. So let's get into testimony, starting with Patricia Byrd. She talks very slowly. I may have to speed this up a little bit more. Sped it up a little bit. Let's see if we can still understand everything everyone's saying and move through it quickly.
Will be true. You may take your seat. Please speak loudly and clearly. Say with Brandon if you can adjust the microphone for her if she needs it.
Will you tell us your name and spell it for the court reporter, please?
Patricia Byrd.
Thank you.
Patricia, Byrd, Byrd.
And are you in custody at Leon County Jail?
Yes,
Are you in custody for violating your probation on a felony case?
yes,
And is it your understanding that for that felony case, if you were convicted as charged, that you could receive up to 15 years in prison for that felony?
yes,
And is that felony that you're in custody for, is that the only felony that you've been convicted of?
yes. I have a pending case.
Thank you. So do you also have another pending case
Yes,
that you haven't been convicted of yet, but it is still pending?
yes,
And that pending case, is that case in Wakulla County?
yes,
For that case, if you're convicted as charged in that case, could you receive up to 5 years in prison for that case?
yes,
Okay. And the one that you're in custody on from Leon County is the only felony you've been convicted of then?
yes.
Have you received any offer or promises in exchange for your testimony in this case?
No,
Were
I believe the other one was some kind of assault. That's my memory of it.
Were you in custody with Donna Adelson?
Yes, I was.
For about how long?
Maybe about 6 or 7 months.
And was this at Leon County Jail?
Yes,
Were you and Donna Adelson in the same pod?
yes.
What does that mean?
We're in the same, it's a open pod, it's an open day where a lot of bunk beds are together.
Okay, so a lot of women are in there together.
Yes,
Okay, so you sleep in the same room as some of these women.
yes,
And how close did you sleep to Donna Adelson?
right next to her.
All right, and if you're in the same pod, do you have your meals together with the other women in the pod?
Yes,
Do you have like your downtime where you're watching TV or reading or writing, all those things together with the same women in the pod?
yes,
When you were in the same pod with Donna Adelson for those months, did you become friendly with her?
yes.
How often would you talk to her?
Every day, all day.
Who else was she close to in the pod?
Drina, Bernhardt.
Okay. Did she have a couple of other people she was close to as well?
Yes,
Were you and Drina the closest?
yes,
I'd just like to point out the irony of Donna Adelson becoming friends with these local Tallahasseans. So Tallahassee was such a terrible place that she had to get her daughter out of. There's nothing that her daughter could do that she could be proud of in Tallahassee. She had to get to Miami and make the big bucks. And here she is befriending these women, talking to them all day, every day. These are her new best friends, or these Tallahasseans.
To her, I mean.
yes, ma'am.
Once you and Donna Adelson became close friends, did she ever talk to you about her pending case, this case?
She did.
When y'all would have those conversations, did you ever outright ask her whether she did what she's accused of?
I did.
And what did she say to that?
She said she did. It was to keep her grandkids, but it wasn't supposed to go that far.
Okay. So she said she did do it and she did it to keep her grandkids.
Yes,
So curious. So Donna's let down her guard. We saw these text messages that she was writing all her friends during Charlie Adelson's trial. The truth is finally out during the defense's case. Finally, we know, during opening statements that Charlie was extorted. And I'm wondering, and I wonder how many people in my audience are wondering, if Donna Adelson wrote the script for Charlie Adelson's defense. Like she wrote the script for her defense. I mean, literally wrote a script. I'm curious if this came out of the mind of Donna Adelson to blame it on Katie. She thought of all the evidence. She has a very criminal mind. Or was this Charlie out of the mind of Charlie Adelson? Or was it a collaboration via Dan Rashbaum? But Dan Rashbaum and Donna Adelson were always talking on the phone together. There seems to be an absence of the word fancy in Charlie Adelson's story. But here's Donna building on the backs of it. Thank you very much, Carmel O'Reilly. Thanks so much, Tally, for supporting the channel. I appreciate the super sticker.
But she didn't expect it to go this far.
yes.
Did Donna Adelson ever ask if you were ever in custody with a woman named Catherine McDaniel?
Yes, she did.
And were you ever in custody with Catherine McDaniel?
Yes,
Was that several years ago?
yes, ma'am.
And about how long were you in custody with McDaniel for?
About a year or two.
Now, did you tell Donna Adelson that? Did you let her know that you had been in custody with McDaniel?
Yes,
Since you had been in custody with McDaniel, once Donna Adelson knew that, what did Donna Adelson want you to do?
she wanted me to say that me and Baldwin told me when we killed him, I knew my boyfriend's parents had money.
Okay, so basically, she and some other people did this crime, and they did it because her boyfriend's parents had money.
Yes,
So a little bit different than Charlie Adelson's story. Wasn't that the parents had money, it was that he had money. It was his safe. I mean, to quote Luis Rivera, if these people have money, why don't we just go rob them? What are we doing a murder for? Why don't we just rob them?
Who did she want you to tell that to?
She wanted me to tell it to whoever came up and asked me about it, and the investigators.
Okay. Did she offer you anything in exchange for you providing that information?
Yes,
What did she offer you?
a trailer and some land, and she would have her husband fix my teeth.
Okay. So like if you got out of custody, she'd help you buy a trailer and land,
Yes,
and that her husband could fix your teeth,
yes,
like veneers.
yes,
I mean, essentially, if the jury believed this story, and I know from sitting on a jury, a juror is always looking for any alternate story that points anywhere else that can be believable. You're looking for reasonable doubt, a story that can be believable. And if these inmates could really sell it, I mean, highly unlikely, but let's just say that's Donna's freedom. So what was Donna's freedom worth to her? A trailer and some land in Florida. Tallahassee's gotten very expensive. It depends where you're going, but she must have said that's my dream, is just to have my own place, a trailer and some land. And I'd love to get my teeth fixed. I can do that for you. You can do something for me. See, she hones in on just like a true psychopath and con woman that she is. She hones in on the things you want, your character makeup. And I'm sure she profiled these inmates, not just the inmates that were in with Catherine McManua, that could prove they were in with Catherine McManua, but she looked for women who were needy, broken, and used them just the way she used Luis Rivera and Sigfredo Garcia. They wanted money. Okay. These are just throwaway people to her. And you'll see she offered Drina Bernhardt a nonstop supply of drugs. I mean, if you're going to be fair to Donna, maybe Donna was saying, well, maybe that will keep her out of jail if she has a prescription for it. But it's never enough, right? It's never enough for these women. They'd always have to supplement it somehow. And then comes the burglary.
Now, was any of that true as far as did Mag Benoit ever say those things to you?
No, she did not.
Did Donna Adelson give you other gifts while in custody?
Yes,
Like what?
she would buy canteen and she would bring it over to my bed.
What's canteen?
Canteen is food that we buy from commissary,
Okay. It's kind of like chips and candy and other things that
and
you,
noodles and stuff like that.
okay. But it costs money to buy those things.
Yes,
Okay. But she would buy those or extra and she'd give it to you.
yes.
Now, did you ever speak to her attorneys or investigators who came to the jail to see what information that you had?
Yes,
Okay. Do you remember whether you spoke to a man or a woman?
it was a woman.
Did you tell them the information you told us today?
I did.
Did you tell them that that information that Meg Benoit said was true or not true?
It was not true.
Okay. But that Donna Adelson wanted you to say that?
Yes, ma'am.
Who else did those people for the defense who came to see who may have information, who else did they speak to?
They spoke to Lizzy Midnight and Brittany Purcell and Cassidy Conroy.
Did they speak to Drina Bernhardt?
Yes, they did.
That's interesting. So those are the two women. I didn't catch that the first time round. Cassidy Conroy, Brittany Purcell were the two women that she wanted to preserve the testimony of. So I guess that went down the drain when they found out that Donna was asking them to lie for them. We knew all this was true, remember? So here are some of the things Donna testified under oath that she said. It's so confusing. Okay. So Donna testified under oath, took the stand, and said in a hearing to preserve the testimony of these two jail inmates because they were also frequent flyers at Leon County and were in and out She said was worried she couldn't contact them for trial. So she wanted to preserve their testimony for trial. Either get it on tape or have them come in earlier and tape it. It's preserve it. So here's Cassidy Conroy on the bottom here. And this is what Donna testified. Cassidy Conroy told Donna about what Catherine McManawa said when she was in Leon County. So allegedly, according to Donna, Catherine McManawa told Cassidy Conroy, wait until I come back. I'm going to take care of that family. Doesn't that sound like Donna? Wait until they see what they're going to get, and I'm going to get a reduced sentence. Sounds like Donna. They haven't beaten the Adelson family yet. She said, had her plan worked out, she would not be where she is. This is Brittany Purcell. She would be sitting pretty in Hawaii, drinking a fancy drink. And then her testimony degenerated. She made it and she got incredibly vague and said Brittany Purcell said that Catherine McManawa made it very clear she was blackmailing Charlie, my son. How, we don't know. And something about Catherine McManawa had a tattoo of her child's father holding with a machine gun. What that relates to anything, I have no idea. But so I guess when they came in to see if those things were true, they found out a whole other things.
Who else did those people for the defense who came to see, who may have information, who else did they speak to?
They spoke to Lizzy Knight and Brittany Purcell and Cassidy Conroy.
Did they speak to Drina Bernhardt?
Yes, they did.
Did you tell your attorney what was going on as far as Donna Adelson wanting you to provide this information that was not true?
I'm not sure if I told him.
I'm talking about your attorney.
My attorney?
Yeah. Did you tell your attorney at some point?
Yes.
Okay. Once you told your attorney that, did an investigator from the state attorney's office?
So just to make it clear, when was that? I believe that hearing where she wanted to preserve the testimony, I thought it happened this year. But this investigation into Donna's behavior started January of 2024. So my thinking is that when she had this hearing, the state already knew it was untrue. Remember in the cross-examination of Donna, it was really very gentle and kind of, and we always wondered why. But what Donna didn't know is that the state already had a bunch of evidence against her that she was bribing these people to say these things.
Come speak to you to get more information about what happened.
They did.
And did you tell him everything that you told us today?
I did.
Just a second.
Cross-examination.
Just want to correct.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
You testified that you spoke with a investigator, a woman. Was the woman white or black?
She was black.
Do you remember testifying in a hearing on this matter a couple of weeks ago?
Yes.
Okay, do you remember saying that she was white?
Yes. I was confused.
You were confused by the question.
Oh, you were confused. This is not a good time to ask a follow-up. I was confused by the question. I thought this was a poor move here to ask, to clarify how she was confused. Clearly, this is one of these things that defense attorneys do. They capitalize on a misunderstanding, and they use it against the person testifying. This woman is Alicia, who's in the orange. So for those listening on podcasts, there's a woman in glasses, young woman with a ponytail, with a yellow lanyard around her neck. She takes fantastic pictures of the proceedings, but her face was so fantastic. I wanted a camera just on her. She has this wide-eyed look. At one time, it looked like she was biting her nails. She opens her eyes really wide at certain points. I wonder if Judge Everett was talking to her when he said, "Don't betray your feelings to the jury."
You were confused by the question, or you were confused about the race of the investigator that you spoke with?
It was about the question.
Obviously, I mean, it just, I don't know what that proves. But she's the weaker of the two witnesses. But she's still pretty damn good witness. I mean, poor in that she has a shady background and she's testifying from jail, but she really doesn't have much she wasn't promised much. There's not much incentive to lie. And it's strange that the things that she testifies to are exactly what Drina Bernhardt testifies to and has a script to prove, written in Donna's handwriting. We'll get to that. We've learned so much more of this terrible writing of Donna, the worst D-list writer in the history of script writing.
And isn't it true that you also spoke with a male investigator last August?
Yes,
Okay. And that was about less than a month after you moved into the pod with Miss Adelson?
and to the next part with Miss Adelson.
No, we're talking in originally. That was about a month after you moved into the pod with Miss Adelson.
Yes,
Okay. And you spoke with that first investigator, the male.
yes,
Okay. And it's your testimony that at that point in time, Miss Adelson had already offered you money, land, and a trailer.
yes,
Okay. And you told that to that first investigator.
I did.
Okay. So on August, I believe it was August 30th of 2024, your testimony is that you told the first investigator, the man, about that offer.
I did.
Okay. Did you also tell him that the information that you were saying about Miss Magbanua was false?
I did.
All of it.
I did.
Isn't it true that you've also testified that in fact Miss Magbanua was manipulative?
I did.
Is that true?
It is.
Crazily, the middle woman in a murder case is manipulative. That means you can't trust her testimony. I wonder if she's had some professional coaching from lawyers on how to testify, because this is how they tell you how to testify. Don't elaborate on your answers. Say yes or no and answer things with the least words that you can use possible. Don't elaborate. Don't go off into give more information because it can be used against you. The more you elaborate, your story can be used against you. But he certainly hasn't proved that she's changed her story or that anything that she's testified to is false, except for the fact that she may have misunderstood a question as to who she spoke with. I don't think that is so damaging. And I know Patty was in the court watching this and said the jurors were riveted, and she found her a really strong witness too. So, and I said that Donna had more compassion and love on her face for this woman than she did for when her own son testified. She was looking back at Harvey, it looks like, at some points in this. to say, can you believe this?
Now, you testified that my client admitted doing it and that it was to keep her grandkids, but it wasn't supposed to go that far.
Correct.
Okay. Now, isn't it true that the only thing that she did was write checks to Miss McDaniel?
I'm not sure.
Isn't that what she told you?
Not sure.
The only thing she did was write checks. She said she did it. Yeah, she financed a murder for hire. She planned the whole thing. I mean, I think that's a great answer. Not sure. What does that mean? When she said she did it, she didn't know it was going to go that far. What did she think was going to happen when they went out for a celebration dinner afterwards, et cetera, et cetera? What do you think happens when you fund a murder for hire twice? Let's not forget the first one that Charlie got scammed on. Maybe that was the cheaper one. Maybe that was the $15,000 one. Maybe he was out $15,000 on that one.
Haven't you previously said that Miss Adelson, my client, did not plan the murder?
Correct.
Well, that's what maybe Donna told her that, but she did it. She did something. Said something. Said she was guilty of something.
How many times did you meet with an investigator from the any of the defense attorneys in this case?
Could you repeat the question?
How many times have you met with an investigator from any of the defense attorneys' offices?
Twice.
I have a question for my audience. Do you think Donna was exhausted from her false persona and that she could really let her hair down and be her psychopathic criminal self with these jailmates? And she didn't tell all, but she told enough. With her friends, she's saying, oh, the truth is finally out. I had nothing to do with it. We're all innocent. Though she does tell Wendy that she's next and she knows what to do, i.e. flee.
Remember previously testifying that someone from the defense attorney's office came 4 or 5 times.
No, I did not.
How many times did a female investigator come to speak with you?
Once.
Do you remember testifying previously that you said a female investigator came twice?
If I said that, then that's what it was.
I don't have it.
Please show the witness the prior statement or testimony so she can explain, deny, or admit.
So Tenton Quarantino says, did you see her passport picture? Yes, she was exhausted, LOL. Exertina says, Donna's not only a bad human, but she's a ruthless one. Jenny says, yes, Roberta, I do think her false persona, she was exhausting her. Mia Wallace says, no, I do not think Donna was exhausted from her false persona. I think she lives for her false persona. It is what drives her ego. She seemed to be very happy in jail, though. I have to say that. She likes to be amongst other criminals. So let's move past this quickly, shall we? This is the disorganized defense.
And Pat Sanford at the Leon County Detention Center, page 20. And we'll start with the female investigator, lines.
I mean, can we find some humor in the fact that he's holding for those listening on podcast, Josh Zellman, Donna's lawyer, is holding a laptop with a giant octopus on it. Not too professional there. Call me old fashioned. Looks so ridiculous. Gosh, I loved it. I'm going to be using that one for a thumbnail if I ever need a picture of Josh Zellman.
16 through 18. May I approach the witness?
You may.
Can you just read that to yourself, please? Did you say something differently when you first met with the representative of the state attorney's office?
I did.
So when you first met with the state attorney's office representatives and Special Agent Sanford, when asked how many times the defense investigators come to see you, you said 4 or 5, correct?
Correct.
And then how many times did the female investigator come to speak to you? You said twice.
Correct.
Just a moment, Your Honor.
I mean, does anyone feel that memory is very different? Someone tells you that they participated in a murder. That memory may be a little stronger than how many times an investigator visited you in jail.
Ms. Byrd, you've testified that you were incarcerated with my client for 6 to 7 months. How much of that time were you actually sleeping in the bed next to her?
Somewhere in between 3 to maybe 4 months.
The jail records reflect something differently. Would they be more accurate?
Could be.
Could be more accurate, or they
Yeah.
are?
They are, because we were.
Thank you. Nothing further.
So I know this woman was in Wakulla County jail where Donna was moved to, and she was also in Leon County. But I don't know if those dates, if this is all Leon County, or if they were, when Donna got moved to the Wakulla County jail, she was with Patricia Byrd too. I'll try to understand her. I think she clarifies it a little bit here. It may be all Leon County, and I know Donna got moved around.
Correct examination.
Can you finish what you were going to say, please?
We were in 2 different pods together.
Okay. So did you sleep together, or I'm sorry, sleep in the same pod as her, sleep next to her in one pod and sleep further from her in another pod? What do you mean?
I slept next to her in one pod, and then we slept in the same section in another part of the jail.
Okay. So when you're sleeping in the same section from someone, are you still in the same room with them?
Yes.
Okay. Despite whether you were sleeping next to her or a few beds over from her, did you guys still have downtime each day in the pod together?
Yes.
Okay. And did you talk most of the day, every day, for several months at a time?
On a regular basis.
All right. Regardless of how many times the defense sent investigators to talk to you, you did speak to them multiple times.
Yes.
And you also spoke to state attorney's office investigators. Is that right?
Yes.
And your own attorney?
Yes.
And you testified at a prior proceeding as well?
Yes.
Okay. And did you ask Donna Adelson whether she wrote checks to Catherine Benoit, or did you ask her whether she did what they're accused her of doing?
I asked her if she did what they accused her of,
Okay. And she said yes.
and she said yes.
Thank you.
You may step down. Will this witness be recalled by the party?
So that's the end of her testimony. Very short and sweet. And now comes Drina Bernhardt. And here's the real shocker. Excellent witness. Excellent witness. I found her very believable. Now, if she were testifying about something else, maybe not. She's probably a pretty good liar. when she has a good incentive to lie, but I didn't feel she was lying here.
Ms. Bernhardt, do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes, sir.
You can take your seat. Please speak loudly and clearly. You can adjust the microphone if you need to.
So if you look at her eyes, I don't know if that's just a shadow, but it sure looks like, I don't know if I can show it. Let me see. Gel makeup. So they'll use M&Ms and lick them and put them on their eyes. So let me see if I can. Let me just turn down the sound. I don't know if they're going to copyright strike me, but I do want to just show you. They lick it and put it on their eye. So let me just show you real quick. So there's an M&M. Doesn't that look like Drina Bernhardt's? She licks it and puts it on her eye. See? That's what I'm talking about. Now look at Drina Bernhardt's eyes. Doesn't that look like M&M candy coloring? Maybe a Skittle. Could be different. Could be an M&M. Could be a Skittle. I thought that was chilling. So why do I find that so chilling? The reason I find that statement so chilling is what Dan Markel alleged is that his children told him that grandma says you're stupid and that she's going to take her sunshine away, that you're trying to take her sunshines away. So she called her grandchildren her sunshines. And Charlie Adelson said there was no way children as young as Wendy and Dan's children could ever repeat such things. They just have no memory and cannot repeat what they hear like that, which I found unbelievable. But he said it was totally made up. But there's the word sunshine again. Donna does not have a huge vocabulary. For someone as fancy as Donna, she uses the same words over and over again. Look at her writing. Stupid, fool, blah, not a big vocab.
Anyway, state 61 is the motion.
Commissioner
Sorry, I'll
Pavlovich?
go back. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't switch back quick enough. Let me go back. Let me go back. It's pretty quick.
How long were you
Sorry.
together in the jail?
I can't remember exactly, maybe around 4 months.
All right, were you in the same pod that whole 4 months?
Yes.
And when you're in the pod together in jail, is it easier to be?
Am I wrong, or does that not look like? Look at her. Is that watercolor paint or M&Ms or Skittles? What is that on her eyes? Because it does not look like conventional makeup to my eye, but maybe it is.
Gun friendly than it is on the outside?
Yes.
Why is that?
We're together 24/7, so
All right, can you describe your friendship with Mrs. Adelson?
yes, initially, it was very nice. She actually called me her jail daughter, and she and I got close. And how much more detail do you want?
Well, by close, did you talk to each other about personal things like your
Yes.
life?
Yes.
Okay. And did she have a nickname for you besides her jail daughter?
Yes, Sunshine.
Did she paint pictures for you and write notes to you and things like that?
Yes, ma'am.
And approach and show you what I marked as State's Exhibit 61. This is one of the pieces of art and letters that she wrote to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge asked you in evidence State 61.
No objection. Anyway, state 61 is the motion.
Permission to publish.
You may.
So is this her initials down here?
Yes.
I know some prisons do makeup commissary. I don't know about jails. I think it's varied. No, I believe at my mom's jail there's no makeup. My mom volunteers at a jail and teaches.
And on the back, is that a little note to you,
Yes, it is.
dear Drina? I hope your life will be filled with love, joy, and flowers. You deserve only the best because you are the best, loved Donna. Is that what you wrote?
Yes.
And did you return this type of favor and make little art and things for her as well?
Probably, yes.
Did she ever talk to you about her grandchildren?
Yes, she did.
And did she tell you anything about the type of relationship that she had specifically with the children of the deceased in this case?
Yes, she said she was very close with them, and every now and then she would call them her children.
Okay, and I want to ask you about whether Mrs. Adelson, during the time that y'all were friendly, ever discussed her case with you.
Yes.
Okay, and was her bringing up her case something that she did a lot, or was it only one time?
It was often.
Okay, so it was something that she was
Doing
talking
a lot.
about daily.
Yes.
Okay, and was it a bunch of different aspects of her case she would talk about, or only one thing?
It was different aspects.
At some point, did you end up reaching out to law enforcement to report some of the things that she had been saying to you about her case?
Yes, I did.
And why did you do that?
Well, initially I did it for selfish reasons, but more that I spent time with Dawn, I realized that it was morally correct and I wanted to get justice for the Markel family.
Okay, so you felt it was the right thing to do, but you were also hoping to get something out of it.
Yes.
And what kind of thing were you hoping to get out of it?
Just help, lighter sentence, maybe rehab.
Okay, and are you still hoping that might be the outcome for you?
Maybe, but right now I'm more interested in justice for the Markel family.
Did Donna Adelson ever talk to you when she was talking about her case? Did she ever mention it?
I wasn't convinced by that answer. Let me take a poll. Who was convinced by her sudden passion for justice? I think something else happened between these two. I don't know what. But I think that we're missing a piece of the story. I'm not sure. Live stream lurking. Yeah, I think she could. Right, exactly. Burglary to probably fund jurisdiction. I thought, yeah, I thought to myself, I would probably be friends with this person, with Drina, if I were in jail with her. I found her likable. I don't trust anyone that knows Donna. But what we heard is that Donna wanted to put, I think the state, either the defense. So one of the things that these snitches said that caused them to tap Harvey's phone was Donna was trying to harm, i.e. put out hits on Robert Adelson, her own son, from jail. Catherine McManawa, and Drina Bernhardt's mother. So was that a favor to Drina Bernhardt? Obviously, she has some. I don't know. Does she have a close relationship with her mother, or did her mother hurt her in some way that Donna was she seeking revenge, or did this grand piano that Donna promised get delivered to Drina Bernhardt's mother? But I would like to get a little credit for correctly calling out Donna's scheme with these packages. So one of the things she testified to at that hearing, where she was trying to preserve the testimony of Cassidy Conroy and Brittany Purcell, was that she had her arm, and she was also trying to get out of Leon County Jail, arm pushed behind her back, and threatened that if she didn't give inmates, and she wouldn't say who did this, packages. So this is the kind of commissary that gets delivered from the outside, from different businesses that their specialty is sending packages that are all approved, jail approved to jail, so you can order them online and they'll get sent to your loved one who's in jail, or friend, or whatever. It doesn't have to be a loved one, acquaintance, whoever. So she was saying that she had been extorted, and that's why she was getting all these packages, is to pay her basically extortion, so her teeth wouldn't be knocked out of her mouth. And that's why her safety was in danger. So then they put her in isolation. It didn't really work. But I always thought that probably the reason she was giving up an excuse at the same time that she was trying to get out, that she was giving excuses to why she was getting so many packages all of a sudden sent into jail, and to cover up what she was doing with Patricia Byrd and Drina Bernhardt, just paying them off for their testimony. So that was correctly. So we heard Patricia Byrd say, I was paid off in commissary. She bought me lots of commissary. Maybe just to butter her up, but maybe also on the promise that Patricia Byrd would testify for her.
Concerns about the testimony of her son, Rob Adelson.
She did. She said she was extremely worried about his testimony.
Okay, so that was something that she brought up often, or only
Yeah.
one time?
A few times.
Okay. Did she ever mention to you a state witness by the name of Catherine McManawa?
Yes.
And was Ms. McManawa somebody that was known to you?
Yes, I knew Miss McManawa from being locked up with her years before.
And how did she first bring up McManawa to you, or did you bring McManawa to her?
I can't remember exactly how it was brought up. I just know that it was brought to her attention.
Brought to her attention that you knew McManawa?
Yeah.
Okay. And at some point, did the defendant try to recruit you to become a witness for her in this case?
Yes.
How did she first approach you about that?
She asked me if I would be willing to do it, and I said yes.
Okay. And was this topic discussed one time or more than one time?
More than once.
How many times can you estimate? A lot?
A lot, yes.
Okay. And what is it that she wanted you to testify about?
She wanted me to testify about numerous different things about Kay, mostly about Miss McManawa.
And Miss McManawa, you knew her by the nickname Kay?
Yes.
Okay. And so she had some things she wanted you to say about Kay.
Correct.
At some point, did she prepare a script for you of exactly what she wanted you to testify to?
She did.
I'm going to approach and show you what I marked as State's Exhibit 62. Do you recognize State 62?
I do.
Is this the script that was prepared for you by Ms. Adelson?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
evidence, state 62,
Objection. Objection. State 62 is admitted.
and publish.
Right.
Whose notebook is this?
That's mine.
And whose handwriting is this on this first?
This just broke my heart. Her notebook says you're going places. And where has Drina Bernhardt gone? She's gone to prison, a jail, multiple times, maybe prison too. Look at all this. Just such a really fresh-faced, pretty girl in 2007. She looks so ill now. It's so sad. Ay, don't do a life of crime. Don't do drugs.
First page.
That's Donna's, Miss Anderson.
Okay, so she wrote this in your notebook.
Yes, ma'am.
And what is it you were supposed to do with this information?
I was supposed to study it and answer it.
So it says, how do you know who Donna Adelson was? Everyone knew her. She's been on the news. I've seen and heard about her. About this on. Wait, I have to do the whole thing. Okay, hold on. Everyone knew her. She's been on the news. I've seen and heard about this on some TV shows and read it in the newspaper over the years. Why did you speak to her? I knew I had information about Kay from the times that I was in jail with her in jail. That's what we can see. Some of it's covered up on the bottom. It gets more ridiculous. This is from the terrible perjured testimony written from the mind of Donna Adelson.
Directly on the stand for her.
So this is what she wanted you to say in court.
Yes, ma'am.
So for example, how did you know Donna Adelson? You were supposed to say everyone knew her. She's been on the news. I've seen and heard about this on TV shows and read it in the newspaper over the years.
Correct.
Do you read the newspaper?
No,
Okay. Did you know much about her or her case prior to coming in contact with her in the Leon County Jail?
no, ma'am.
And what were you supposed to do with this physical script?
I was supposed to copy it down and give it back to her.
Okay, copy it into your own handwriting?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you provide this item to my office?
Yes, ma'am.
And was it copied and returned to you?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you do with it once you returned with the original?
Do you think that this is the way Charlie Adelson worked? Do you think Donna Adelson had every folder of his case and she wrote him a script and Charlie Adelson wrote it in his own words? I mean, he was so rehearsed at his own trial. And I would think some of that was that Dan Rashbaum went back and forth and played Georgia Kappelman in cross against him, and they worked on his testimony, and his demeanor he was still arrogant and unlikable. But all this makes me wonder how much of Donna Adelson wrote Charlie Adelson's defense. Do you think she gave scripts to Dan Rashbaum and had Charlie and requested that Charlie write it in his own handwriting? I'd love to go back to his direct and see how much it sounds like Donna.
Leon County Jail.
Return it to her.
I'm gonna go down a paragraph here. That you approached.
So I'll go back a little. But do you think what I'm worried about watching this is, should Donna get convicted? I worry that she's going to end it all just out of a need to control things and need to feel in control. And I worry that Harvey might help her in this somehow, or that he'll supply the money so that she can get the things that she needs in jail to do it, or prison, depending on where she is when she does it. But I hope they keep her on watch should she get convicted for a long time. She's a real risk.
That you you approached Mrs. Adelson and told her you had information about Kay that you wanted to give her. Is that true?
No.
This says that Kay told you that she told Charlie on the night of the murder that some friends of hers went to Tallahassee and killed him. Did Kay ever?
Yeah, she is incredibly narcissistic, but she also has, it's matched by her need to control things. Leon County is a lot easier than prison. It's my understanding. Depends where she goes. Most people who don't like jail, from what I hear from my mother, don't like it because there aren't many things to do. There aren't many services. But Leon County seems to offer a lot more services than most jails and seem to be more organized and safe than say Rikers Island here in New York City. I mean, the stories of our jails are notoriously bad here in New York City.
Tell you that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. She asked him to give her the 1/3 of $1 million that he was going to pay his sister so that she could relocate with her children to Miami. He went crazy on her. He said that that was going to be an offer to his brother-in-law not to kill him. Did Kay ever say any of that to you?
No, ma'am.
That was going to be an offer to his. I don't even understand that. So Kay heard about. I still don't really understand Charlie's defense. So Kay heard about the 1/3 of $1 million that he was going to put in to bribe Dan Markel. And so then they said, oh, we'll just go kill him instead and then extort Charlie for money.
And then over here continues, but she convinced him that the murderers think a woman is paying for this. They don't know Charlie. She told him she wouldn't tell her friends who he is. She can keep him safe. So she was, according to this story, extorting money out of Charlie, but he didn't know it. He thought she was his friend, but really she was his enemy. Is that the deal?
Yes, I suppose that's what it's supposed to be.
All right. And did Kay, Catherine McDaniel, ever say any of that to you?
No.
Do you know, are you familiar at all with Charlie Adelson's trial or his trial testimony?
No,
There's a part on here that says, here, she laughed about how easy it was to extort, and extort is underlined. Did you underline that, or did Mrs. Adelson underline that?
I didn't underline it.
How easy it was to extort him for the money.
And do you see that extort is underlined? Did you remember on Georgia Kappelman's cross with Charlie when she would, what would she call her? She would call her something else, and he would always say extortion. And she said, do you realize how many times you use the word extort? It was always the word, not blackmailer. She called her the blackmailer. He said, no, she was extorting me. Always clarified. And here we have Donna's script with extort underlined. So it's a very important word to her, and it was a very important word to Charlie too.
Wouldn't have to take her out to a fancy dinner. She could buy plenty of fancy dinners with the 1/3 of $1 million. She said she fooled her baby daddy and she fooled Charlie. Sigfredo would do anything for her, and he did. All right, so again, sorry to keep asking the same question, but did Kay say any of this to you?
No.
Okay. Charlie was scared and easy to extort. What a stupid fool. He believed her that she was keeping him safe from the killers. Ha ha, what a joke. Is that the type?
So here's Georgia Kappelman pointing out Donna Adelson's terrible writing. She can't get in the character of anyone else, even of people that she's heard testify. She knows at least, or She's even heard on wiretap. She knows the way they talk naturally. She can't even get a little way to emulate it. So here's Georgia Kappelman going to make fun. I mean, those are all Donna's words. It's stupid. It's stupid. That's what she used to call Dan Markel. Stupid. I mean, of all the things to call Dan Markel, stupid would not be on the top of my list. Mr. Yeah, how many degrees did he have? So many. One from Oxford, 2 from Harvard. Law. I mean, it's crazy.
Is that the type of language that Catherine McDaniel would use?
No.
Do you know her well enough to tell this jury that she wouldn't say something like, you know, what a stupid fool, ha ha, what a joke?
Yeah, she wouldn't talk like that.
That's what Mrs. Adelson wanted you to come in and tell this jury.
Yes, ma'am.
Did she give you anything or promise you anything in exchange for reciting this script?
While I was in jail, I received packages and phone calls, and I was promised things as well.
What type of packages?
Packages are in jail just like a bunch of basically gas station food, but it's exciting when you're in jail.
Okay, and what about phone calls? What do you mean by that?
Just the phone calls are very expensive from jail, so she would let me use her phone to call my mother and other people.
Okay, and you said she promised you other things in the future. What other types of things?
$10,000, a grand piano.
What else?
She promised me cameras, but
None of that came to fruition.
no.
Okay. And what about pills? Did she mention anything to you about pills?
Yes, that if I needed pills, that I could call a doctor named, I think Obed. I think that's his name.
Okay.
Strangely, she remembered that perfectly, just like a drug addict would. A doctor will write scripts for me for narcotics. Remember his name. Hi, Dr. Obed. This is Drina Bernhardt, a friend of Donna Adelson's. Could I come in your office and for a quick appointment? She said you'd help me out. Can you just, I mean, how many times did she even ask Dr. Obed? So this is Obed, who was in the hot tub with Donna Adelson's son, Charlie Adelson, and Wendy Adelson's boyfriend, Jeffrey Lacasse, and Wendy Adelson.
And that
So you wonder if he was the one writing scripts for Donna. There's more questions than answers with these snitches. I'd love to talk to Drina Bernhardt. Unfortunately, she's not out of jail often enough to get an interview with her.
person would write you some prescriptions?
Yes, ma'am.
And why would you be in need of prescription medication?
I'm a recovering drug addict.
Did she tell you that if you were to be released, that you could make these phone calls, including this phone call to Dr. Obed?
Yes.
Okay, and how were you going to get these other items, like the $10,000?
The money would be through something called Zelle.
Okay, and who was going to send the money through Zelle?
Harvey.
That's her husband, Harvey Adelson?
Yes.
So Zelle is a money transferring service that's connected to Chase Bank, among other. I don't know who else they're connected to. Just know here in New York, they're connected to Chase Bank. Can send money from it. So I assume it's connected to one of Donna's banks.
And how are you supposed to contact Harvey Adelson?
Through a phone app called Signal.
Okay, had you ever heard of the phone app Signal before?
No, ma'am.
Okay, one moment, please, Your Honor. No further questions at this time, Judge.
So this is the way that Karen Reed and Karen Reed's experts like to communicate with their expert witnesses and her lawyers. That's the way they communicated via the Signal app. It has a feature that auto deletes messages. And I don't know if they're impossible to retrieve. I think that you can retrieve them, but with a lot of money and a lot of work to do it, you have to be in the FBI. I don't know. So many so many things weren't retrieved in the Karen Reed trial via the Signal app.
Cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
And there's Harvey Adelson taking notes. And sadly, I don't want him in the left-handed club, but he is.
For the 40 cross, please approach.
She looks a little bit like a sickly mouse on the stand, Drina Bernhardt, doesn't she?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Now, you testified that you haven't been promised anything, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know that the courtroom sound is very low. I have the CCs up so you can read it. It's just low on every channel.
Isn't it true that you were released from jail on February 11th,
Yes,
2025 as a result of your cooperation in this matter?
I don't know if it was a result of my cooperation, but yes, that's when I was released.
Okay. And so you met with law enforcement. In fact, you sent a letter to a Detective Turner in December of 2024, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you said that you had information about Donna Adelson, correct?
Correct.
And that you cooperated in the past and you wanted to do it again.
Correct.
And then as a result of that, on December 18th, Detective Turner came and met with you.
Correct.
And you spoke with him about this matter.
Yes, sir.
And then on December 20th, you were taken up to the state attorney's office to meet with the state attorney's office, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then as a result of that conversation, on February 11th, you were released.
I don't know if that's how it works.
Okay. Now, I want to back up a little bit. You've met prior to being rearrested in September of 2024. You knew Patricia Byrd, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Were you guys friends on the outside?
No.
Just on the inside?
Yes, sir.
But you've been friendly before.
Friendly, I suppose, for jail.
What does that mean? Friendly for jail? Didn't she just testify that it's easy to get close to people because you're with each other 24 hours a day? The way I thought about it, I thought, well, it would be easy to hate people too because you're with them 24 hours a day. I guess, I don't know. I've heard people say it's harder to hide in prison and jail who you really are. I don't know if that's true. I don't have any experience in this.
Now, when you first met with law enforcement or the state attorney's office on December 20th of 2024, towards the end of that conversation, you said to them, "Did I do a good job?" Isn't that true?
Yes, it is.
Now, when you met with them on that day, the offer that you'd had at that point was 5 to 6 years in prison, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I want to back up a little bit. Let's see. Now, that violation of probation. You were originally put on that probation September 1st of 2023, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And at that point in time, isn't it true that you qualified for enhanced sentencing?
If you're talking about the PRR, is that what you're talking about? I'm not sure.
Did you qualify as a PRR sentence?
I think it was actually past the 3 years.
I'm going to approach, and I'll have this marked for identification purposes.
I mean, she had to play the piano. There's no way that she could be offered a grand piano. I mean, people are getting rid of their pianos all over the place and trying to give them away. At least here in New York. If you can't, it's nothing you can sell quickly. It would have no value to someone unless you played. And so I think Drina Bernhardt does play the piano. And obviously she's interested, I thought, in photography if she was offered cameras. Maybe it's an interest of Harvey Adelson's. I don't know. I don't know what they were planning to do with the cameras. But I mean, if you owed a debt to someone like Drina and you were like, oh, I'll just give you my grand piano, they'd be like, get out of here. I can't get that. I can't take that to a pawn shop. I can't turn that into money quickly and easily. How am I supposed to move that? How am I supposed to even receive that? So she had to play.
Judgment is sentence that was rendered on September 1st of 2023. Do you recognize this?
Yes, I do.
And indicates that you qualify for PRR sentencing, but the state is waiving it at that time, correct?
Okay. Yes, it does say that.
So this is a judgment sentence.
Thank you. Thank you, Marleaf Morris. Don't forget Harvey did that dopey photo on Wendy's book. That's right. And he does all the Photoshop stuff too. I think that's so interesting that they would enhance their photos before they made them public. So they made her eyes really blue. That's right. So he does. Yeah, I think that Drina might have interested. They met in art class, or they had the same art class. Seen the pictures. The defense says they have a picture that Drina. Let me see if I can pull it up. That Drina gave. I don't know if it's on this list that I just showed today. I think. So hold on one second. Here it is. So if you go to the second.
For one count of burglary of an occupied dwelling.
So did you see that? There's artwork from Drina, number 4, number, what was it, number J, and a Christmas card from Drina to Mrs. Adelson.
1 count of burglary of a dwelling, 2 counts of burglary of a conveyance. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And PR sentencing means that when you commit a qualifying offense within 3 years of your release from prison, the court has to sentence you to the maximum sentence day for day, unless you have a plea agreement that says otherwise, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that would mean that
So what I was saying, I think the sound cut out, is that that Drina has to be a little artistic. They took the same art class, and Drina gave Donna some of her art. Donna gave Drina some of her art. So I think she does play the piano. I mean, there's just no way that she doesn't. I think she probably has an interest in photography, art, music. She did not come off as dumb. Seemed sharp to me. And Lord knows how many how many burglaries she's done and how she does them. If she gets caught every time, or if she does a lot and then gets caught on one.
this sentence, the court would have to sentence you to 15 years, day for day in prison, correct?
If I went to trial, yes, sir.
If you didn't have this plea agreement.
Yes, sir.
But you did have this plea agreement,
Yes.
and you were put on probation.
Yes, sir.
Now, specifically says, if you violate probation, they can reimpose the prison releasee reoffender sentence. Is that correct?
Yes,
Unfortunately, you did violate that probation, didn't you?
I did.
Okay. And on June 18th of 2024, probation officer signed an affidavit of violation because you started using again, correct?
Yes, sir.
You were rearrested. You didn't go back to prison, did you?
No,
You got a chance for more treatment, didn't you?
I did.
Now, originally in that 2023 sentence, you did an inpatient program,
Yes, at Sisters in Sobriety.
and you completed that.
I did.
Here, when you were reinstated in July of 2024, you were stepped down to outpatient, correct?
Yes, sir.
You didn't report to probation, did you?
No,
You started using again,
I did.
and you strung your probation officer along, lying to them.
I don't think I did that, but
You did not make yourself available for supervision.
no, I didn't.
You didn't follow instructions,
I just didn't go.
and you also didn't test.
I didn't go, correct.
And so then you are rearrested, not just for the violation of probation, but also for a new felony charge, correct?
What's the new felony charge?
Burglary of a conveyance.
Okay, yes, correct.
And so in September of 2024, when you were rearrested for violating probation and the new burglary charge,
Mhm.
that point in time, you are facing 15 years mandatory day for day sentencing, unless you can reach an agreement with the state.
Correct,
And then you meet Donna Adelson,
correct.
your get out of jail free card.
I don't have an answer to that.
Your get out of jail free card. Do you think they will give Patricia Byrd? Do you think they will help them out? I'd love to know what my audience thinks. Do you think they will? They haven't been promised anything. Doesn't mean they won't get anything. Do you think they'll get anything for this testimony if Donna gets convicted? Isn't she articulate? I mean, she thought it would help her. Obviously, they helped her before. I don't know how they. No, Doris says no. LJ's taking opposite. Yes, Roberta, it's common after the fact to give them certain credit and prison assignments if they were truthful. Sherry's life says nothing. Bernhardt will get a little break, but she'll be right back in. It seems like it. I don't know what's going to turn her life around. You know, habits of any kind are really strong. Once you get into this kind of style of life, it's hard to get out of it. Wrong, they definitely do so. I used to do it for a living. What does that mean? I'm trying to go back. LJ. They'll definitely get favorable treatment. Got it. But I think something else happened here. I think we're missing a big chunk of what happened between Drina and Donna. Something soured here. Maybe Donna said something that Drina didn't like, did something, showed her self-interest, showed something. There was some slight, I think, here before she turned. I don't know how you go from jail daughter to I'll commit perjury for you to I'm turning you in. Something, I don't know. Maybe it's total self-interest. I get it. But I just have a feeling something else happened. Because otherwise I would think she would be more guilty. There's have some guilt, a little guilt, a hint of guilt, but maybe not. She also is a frequent felon. But
And you befriended her,
We became friends, yes.
and you would ask her questions about her case.
No, I didn't ask her questions about her case. She offered it to me and I would listen to her.
So it's your testimony here today that you did not ask her questions.
I can't remember. I may have asked her one or two. I mean, we were locked up for a long time, but I didn't go to her constantly and asking her questions. No.
Just a moment.
so this is an important part of Donna's case. So we know this Mickey Easterwood, is going to come testify that Drina Bernhardt manipulated Donna into getting information from Donna. I don't know how helpful that's going to be. We'll see. Let me see if I think I have a picture of Mickey Easterwood. Hold on one second. I'll bring it. I'll play some testimony and I'll try to bring it up in the meantime.
Before you ask your next question, Mr. Zollner, please make sure it's sufficiently clear as it relates to matters that have been ruled upon.
Yes, sir. And that's exactly what I'm having ensure done. Okay. So if you didn't reach an agreement with the state.
So there it is. There's Mickey Easterwood, who's going to testify for Donna's defense that Drina Bernhardt is the mastermind who manipulated all of this out of Donna. I don't know how they get Donna to write a script for her. That seems like that's all Donna. In her own writing.
Exactly what I'm having ensure done. Okay. So if you didn't reach an agreement with the state, the court would have to sentence you to 15 years, day for day.
If I went to trial and was found guilty, yes.
So that your understanding is if you went to trial, you would face 15 years, day for day.
Very few of these cases go to trial. Do you know how expensive that would be for the state to go to trial on every burglary charge, parole violation, probation violation, etc.? She knows that it's in her best interest not to go to trial, considering that she's guilty. Doesn't seem like she has a plan to go to trial, but we'll see.
If I was found guilty,
Okay.
yes.
So we're talking about a violation of probation. You go to a VOP hearing. You've already testified that you started using again.
Yes,
You didn't show up for probation.
correct.
Okay. So if you went to court without an agreement, you would have to be sentenced to 15 years. Is that correct?
Yes,
Now, isn't it true that when you went to meet with law enforcement on December 20th of 2024, you made sure a couple days prior to this to sit down in a location in the pod and engage in a lengthy conversation with Donna Adelson, correct?
oh, no, actually, the pod, you can see, the whole pod is visible.
Isn't it true that you told them that you made sure that you sat where a camera could catch you while you sat with my client going over paperwork?
Yes,
And you wanted them to make sure that they could get video.
I wondered the same thing, forensic RN. She was under the influence. She was using in jail. Neither one of these people seem to have any money. And that's Donna's favorite pawn. Oy. And to know that these substances ruined her life and to offer her more of it, it's just like cruel.
Of you with my client.
yes.
Just a moment, Your Honor. Did you tell my client she was naive about jail?
That she was naive about jail?
Yes.
Meaning that she just wasn't aware of what went on in jail?
Yes.
I may have. I don't remember.
Now let's talk about that video. I believe the state's going to be introducing that a little bit later. Now, describe for the jury how it came to be that my client wrote down the script that they've introduced into evidence.
How it came to be?
Yes.
Donna wrote it, and she and I were supposed to go over it and practice it.
During that time that you were sitting there, did you write anything down?
I may have colored or written something, but I honestly don't remember.
Did you
I may have colored. I may have doodled while Donna was saying, drilling me on my lines. Because that's the feeling I got from Charlie Adelson, that someone drilled him on his lines. I assumed it was Dan Rashbaum. Now I'm not so sure. Wondering if it's, or if it was Dan Rashbaum drilling him on Donna's script. He was so rehearsed. It's like, I said immediately, it's like he's repeating a script. Look at Charlie Adelson's direct, if you can stand it. And tell me that's not someone who has a script or is rehearsed and is familiar with every piece of evidence against him. Has thought up an alternative reason why it exists, meaning the evidence exists.
take things out of the notebook that you'd already written and show them to her?
Probably, maybe. I don't know. I honestly don't remember. It's been a while.
So you don't remember telling her what to write?
No, I didn't tell her what to write.
Your testimony here today is that you never told her what to write.
Yes.
Okay. That's the one thing you are sure about here today. Just a moment, Your Honor. Nothing further?
That's weird. I didn't hear her say yes. I didn't even hear an answer. So it's the one thing you're sure about today. It looks like he's trying to bait her into having her be really aggressive with him.
Ever told her what to write?
Yes.
Okay. That's the one thing you are sure about here today. Just a moment, Your Honor. Nothing further?
Redirect examination.
I mean, I would Nobody objected to that and said argumentative, hostile, cross, badgering the witness. No one said that.
Were you ever advised to say anything other than the truth here today?
No.
You have a lawyer that's representing you on your criminal cases, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And he's working with the prosecutor on that case, not me, right?
Yes, ma'am.
To try to get you some kind of deal, not 15 years maximum penalty, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and before your most recent release, you had a five-year plea offer at some point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and as we sit here today, do you have a plea offer?
No.
Okay, so you're waiting to get a new plea offer
Yes,
from
ma'am.
somebody, not me,
Correct.
hoping that maybe it will be better than what it would otherwise be based on this information.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but you had already provided that script to us before this most recent release and this most recent violation, and now you're going to have to deal with accountability for that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and that script, it was suggested like, oh, you told her what to write. Did you even know any of that story
No.
to tell her?
No, ma'am.
No further questions.
You may step down. Will this witness be recalled by either party?
So who do you believe? Do you believe the defense that she got out because of the information she gave about Donna? Or did she get out because she got out of jail? I have to go back and play. It's a little unclear. That's the prison snitches. Then we heard, I just want to show you this real quick before I end. We heard from a handwriting expert, said it was Donna's writing. She went through, very nervous. Expert from the forensics department. But then Corbett came back on the stand. It's right around here. Whoop. And we saw more of Donna's script. Let's take a look.
73 73B, you said?
Yes, sir.
73B will be admitted.
And I'd also make 73A, please.
Any objection at 73, or were those already admitted?
73 has already been admitted, so I'd just be amending the name of the exhibit.
Go ahead and continue.
All right. Just as you did in your first testimony, did you create a PowerPoint of your summary that will go into evidence with the jury as a demonstrative here in court?
I did, yes.
And does this demonstrative contain other evidence that maybe the jury's already seen in this case, such as State's Exhibit 62?
I believe it does, yes.
All right. Permission to use a demonstrative, Judge?
Right.
All right. Looking at State's Exhibit 62, this first slide, does this appear to be a question and answer session here?
So this is some more of Donna's great script writing. How did you speak with her? I know I had information about Kay from the many times I had been with her in jail. What did you tell her? Right. So we saw that. I approached her.
There's a
That
part
one,
says
and it goes
Q,
on.
followed by a question, and a part that says A, followed by the answer to the question.
That's correct.
And when a witness is on the stand in a trial like you are today, did your testimony have to be in a question and answer format?
It is, yes.
All right. If we could go to the first page of State's Exhibit 62. Looking at this first bit of information here, what does this writing say that Kay said?
It says here in the highlighted section that Kay said she told Charlie on the night of the murder.
Overruled, the witness may provide context concerning the admitted evidence.
What does it say that Kay said?
She said she told Charlie on the night of the murder that some friends of hers went to Tallahassee and killed him.
Okay, and does that story sound familiar?
It does, yes.
And are you familiar with Charlie Adelson's testimony in his trial in October of 2023?
I am, yes.
Okay. Does the next sentence say she asked him to give her $350,000 he was going to pay so his sister could relocate with her children to Miami? He went crazy on her. He said that was going to be an offer to his brother-in-law, not to kill him. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, so according to this story and to Charlie Adelson's story at his trial, no one hired these hitmen to kill Dan Markel, right?
That's correct.
They just did it in their own in hopes of getting paid.
Correct.
All right, looking at the next page.
They did it on spec. And then they put Charlie on a really very generous payment
Is
plan.
this the bottom part of the first page combined with the top part of the second page?
It is, yes.
Okay. Looking at the next sentence, does it say he threatened me that he was going to go to the police? I told him if he went to the police, these murderers would kill him. And if they don't get you, they'll kill your mom and dad! Exclamation point. You should have seen his face.
They're going to get Donna. They're going to get your mom and dad and maybe your dog too. You better pay up. But we do have wonderful payment plans. Did this thing come from the mind of Donna Adelson?
Exclamation point. He turned white! Exclamation point. He was scared shitless in quotations.
Yeah.
We've seen Charlie turn white in court. He would just turn pale as a ghost.
Yes.
Okay, looking down at the next paragraph, does it say that she convinced him that the murderers think that a woman is paying for this? They don't know Charlie. And she told him she would tell her friends, she wouldn't tell her friends who he is. She can keep him safe. Is that right?
Yes.
So according to this, the men who killed Dan Markel are not the ones giving him the information the night of this murder. It's Catherine McVanois. Is that right?
Correct.
And was that consistent with what Charlie Adelson said in his testimony? He said that McVanois came over alone the night of the murder and told him that he was being extorted by some people she knew.
That's correct.
All right, looking down at the next section, does it say he opened his safe and gave her stacks of money? I'm sorry, can you go back up?
Yeah, I thought she did belong to a book club. I know she was making blankets or she was in some kind of sewing club. I think maybe I invented the blanket part for my song and now it's stuck in my head. But she was in some kind of sewing club. I mean, they have a zillion activities there in Leon County. I think if you go to Rikers, you get AA and I don't know what else. Maybe if you're lucky. AA and NA, and that's probably it.
Yes. It does, yes. He opened his safe and gave her stacks of money.
And what does the rest of that paragraph say?
Then she told him he can pay her the rest in cash. She said he was giving her $3,000 every month. She laughed about how easy it was to extort him for the money. He was.
I mean, this is like a movie. Then she raised her chin up to the sky and let out a cackle. And how easy it was to extort him. Like an evil laugh. I don't even think I have an evil laugh. I think they just added all these sound effects to this StreamYard. But I need an evil laugh. Oh my law. More sounds. Let's see if they have evil laugh. Hold on one sec. Oh, no evil laugh. Train whistle. Explosion. Oh, they have this laugh. Hold on. We can add a laugh track to it. Okay, continuing on. I mean, this is like a Disney villain or something. You must pay the extortion. I can't pay the extortion.
Wouldn't have to take her out for a fancy dinner. She could buy plenty of fancy dinners with $350,000.
She's a fancy lady. Here's your one chance, fancy. Don't let me down. Oh, it's ridiculous. Fancy drink, fancy. She'd be, just to remind everybody, I think I showed this at the live too. But she said had her plan worked, she would not be where she is. This is Catherine McVanois allegedly talking. She would be sitting pretty in Hawaii drinking a fancy drink. She loves that word. All right. Sidebar.
That's a month because he did not have a third.
Let's continue, Mr. Deborah.
Okay. In Charlie Adelson's testimony, did he say that he paid Catherine McVanois $3,000 a month because he did not have $350,000.
That's correct.
Okay. Did he say he gave her, I think it was $138,000 that night or the next morning, and then the rest was $3,000 a month over?
They would have come for his go-kart that he was buying, his, oh, what else? I think he had, I don't know if he'd bought the go-kart yet. I think that was in 2016. But his car, his Ferrari, his watch, whatever he had that had value before they put him on a payment plan. He knew that. He thought that the jury was dumb enough to buy it. They weren't. They convicted him in less than 2.5 hours.
That's correct.
And was that paid, he said, from $1,000 a month in her paycheck from Adelson Institute and $2,000 in cash?
Yes.
And in his testimony, did he say that Magbanua assured him that none of the money would be going to her? She was giving it all to the extorters, including the money from her paycheck.
Yes.
And did he testify?
Right. She'd say, son, I mean, Charlie gave Katie his dad's car. She would have said, sell one of the houses and pay up, or this is CBMCDI. If Katie were extorting him, she would say, sell one of the houses and pay up, or let us live in that one, and we'll also take the Ferrari, not whatever cash you can get today, and $2,000 per month. I mean, that's nothing for him, $2,000 per month payment. He'd make that, and he'd make half of that. He'd make half of that in a half an hour of dental surgery. So what are we talking about here? I think one implant is like $4,000. Just one. And then he had all those side gigs going. Because apparently after the murder, the Adelson Institute's business was deeply affected. They didn't think that one over. And that's when Charlie got all the side hustles.
That he told his mother, Donna Adelson, about the extortion in September of 2014.
Yes.
All right, can we move on to the next paragraph? I have a couple of questions about that. Okay, in this middle paragraph and in this final paragraph, is the word extort used twice?
Yes.
Okay, and then at the bottom, haha is written out.
It is, yes.
Looking at the word, the first time we see the word extort on this page, is that underlined for emphasis?
It appears to be yes.
Okay.
She said she fooled her baby daddy. Her baby's daddy. Her baby daddy. This baby's daddy. And she fooled Charlie. Sigfredo would do it. Her baby daddy. She's invented a new word. She fooled her baby daddy. And she fooled Charlie. Sigfredo would do anything for her, and he did. Charlie was scared and easy to extort. What a stupid fool. Hold on, let me take down this. He believed her that she was keeping him safe from the killers. Ha ha, what a joke. And Charlie would not have a woman as a middle woman. He really seemed to dislike women. He would have gone right to the extorters themselves. And all of this is just fantasy land.
When did Donna Adelson first learn the meaning of the word extortion?
Well, we know that there was a search from the web history of that forensic examination, and I can move to that now. That was in October of 23. That is reference to extortion versus blackmail.
Okay, and what date was that search made?
Again, October 16th of 2023.
It's almost like she shared that with Charlie Adelson, who had a big problem when Georgia called Katie the blackmailer. It would be great video to make to just show how much of Charlie's defense seems to come from Donna, or could have come from Donna. But you remember in Charlie's trial when Georgia calls Katie the blackmailer and says, no, she wasn't black, it was extortion. And here's Donna on her computer looking up extortion. She was also looking up how actors bring up emotion or acting, trying to give herself acting lessons. and probably Wendy.
Was that about a week before Charlie Adelson's trial began?
It is, yes.
That she's looking at the difference between extortion and blackmail?
Correct.
And that would be even though, according to his testimony, he and his mother had been being extorted since 2014.
Correct.
All right, after Donna Adelson's phone was seized on November 13th of 2023, were we able to extract the data through a Cellbrite report?
We were, yes.
And from the phone in her possession, was there evidence that Donna Adelson and Wendy Adelson were talking about Charlie's trial and verdict as it was happening?
Yes.
What date did Charlie Adelson's opening statements begin on October 24th?
So here we're going to start to see text messages that Donna was sending her friends. The truth is finally coming out. I thought this was really compelling testimony here.
2023?
Yes.
Okay. So that would be the first day of the trial when there was an opening statement and the state started calling their first witnesses. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. And then what day did Charlie Adelson testify in his defense in that case?
November 2nd.
All right. And in this conversation between Donna Adelson and Wendy Adelson, did Donna Adelson agree that Charlie Adelson's testimony about being extorted was the truth, that he was telling the truth?
She did, yes.
Okay. Can we see that exchange?
Yes.
Now, right before this exchange, did Wendy Adelson send a prayer hands emoji?
Yes.
Okay. And then what was Donna Adelson's response to that?
That we shouldn't have to pray. He's telling the truth, protected his little sister for years, differs through this, and now what? Prayer hands.
And then does she clarify that she meant suffers, not differs?
Yes.
Okay, so what date was this text sent on?
Again, November 6th of 2023.
So this would have been about 4 days after Charlie Adelson's testimony.
Correct.
But before a verdict was rendered in the case.
That's correct.
It says that he's telling the truth, protected his little sister for years. Was Robert Adelson a witness in Charlie Adelson's trial? Was he called by either the state or the defense?
He was not.
Okay. So the only person that Wendy Adelson was a little sister of who testified in Charlie Adelson's trial was Charlie Adelson then.
That's correct.
And here she's saying he's telling the truth. Is that right?
Yes.
Was that the only time that she said that Charlie Adelson's defense was the truth during that trial?
It is not.
Okay, can you show us all the messages where she's letting people know that it's the truth? Okay, so she's sending these messages to different friends or family members saying, finally, the truth is out?
That is correct. All of these messages were sent in a relatively short time frame to various friends and associates.
Okay. Were there more messages than just this?
There were.
Okay. And so she's seeing if people are watching more about it being the truth. Is that right?
Yes.
It says Dan just proved extortion. Was Dan Rashbaum Charlie Adelson's attorney at trial?
He was, yes.
Besides these things, I mean, what else did Donna Adelson say? Or did she say anything else to Wendy Adelson? Okay, thank you. Okay, here is she asking someone to watch opening because the truth is out.
That's correct.
All right. What else does Donna Adelson say to Wendy Adelson about this extortion defense?
She says that she's sorry this has been our life for so many years. It has been torture, but your lawyer didn't want you to know what happened. I think if you did, our relationship and your with Charlie would have been much different. I hope he knew what he was doing. Your testimony was crucial. Let's see what a jury does to him and to the rest of us. You know I'm next, but that won't happen. I'll take care of that.
What date is that? Or
That
was
what?
that sent?
I'm
What
sorry?
date was that sent?
November 1st of 23.
So it looks like Donna is making evidence to use in her trial. So she's professing her innocence. I'm sorry, this has been our life for so many years. You're just finding out about it now. It's been torture. But your lawyer didn't want you to know what had happened about this extortion. But so John Lauro didn't want Wendy to know what happened. I think if you did, our relationship and with Charlie would have been much different. And she's trying to protect Wendy here. That's what she means. Everyone protects you. I hope he knew what he was doing. Your testimony was crucial. But according to Wendy, she was very upset with her testimony. Doesn't look like it here with this email. What do you guys think? Let's see what and this is the word Tallahassee jury does to him and to the rest of us. That has to be the word Tallahassee, jury. And the defense got it wiped out. To the rest of us, you know I'm next, but that won't happen. I'll take care of that.
So she's saying she hasn't told Wendy about this extortion defense because Wendy's attorney didn't want her to.
Correct.
And so Wendy's upset because she says nothing about the case. That's why she's not communicating with Donna, because of text messages like this.
And it might affect their relationship.
Yes.
Did we look in the cell phone reports and records to see whether there was any phone evidence of Charlie Adelson being extorted by Magbanua or Garcia or Rivera?
We did, yes.
All right, looking at the day after Dan Markel's murder, which would have been July 19th of 2014, would that have been the day after Magbanua would have told Charlie Adelson he was being extorted per his testimony and this State 62?
Yes.
Okay. What did Charlie Adelson and Magbanua, what were they saying to each other in text messages that day, the day after this?
This is also fascinating. I don't think I'll ever we're going to have to deal with this another day, but I thought it was a nice tie up. The actual script writing I wanted to show you. I'm going to end this episode. So I've been going since 8:25 this morning. The way I do most episodes about the murder of Dan Markel with a victim impact letter. This is to the Honorable Judge Everett in Charlie Adelson's case. It has taken me a long time to write this letter. Every time I start, I become very emotional. I know to the world Danny was an academic, a professor, and an intellect. But to me, Danny was my cousin and my friend. The memories that I have with Danny are all filled with warmth and love. Every time he walked into a room, he brought light and love with him. He was the most devoted father to his two boys, Benjamin and Lincoln. He was a loving son to my aunt and uncle, Ruth and Phil, and an incredible brother to my cousin Shelley. He had a very special bond with all his nieces and nephews, but he really was an incredible friend to all. My times with Danny are not remembered by his academic excellence and his achievements, although they were beyond impressive. My memories of Danny are from our family get-togethers, dinners, and celebrations. He was always the life of the party, always singing and dancing and smiling. Our Passover Seders were one of his favorite family gatherings. He would never miss it. Regardless of which part of the world he was in, whether Israel or Cambridge or Washington or Tallahassee, he always found a way to be there. That's how important family was to him. As much as I miss Danny, the fact that I do not know his boys and they aren't able to attend all our family gatherings makes this emptiness in my heart that much more profound. Danny was loved by all. He was loved by me. Danny is missed by all. He is missed by me. I pray that justice will finally prevail. I pray for my family to eventually find some form of peace. Lisa Hupt. Please hit the thumbs up, guys. Support the channel. Thank you to everyone who's supported the channel by Venmo. Buy me a coffee. I'll be thanking you by name soon, or become a Patreon member. I encourage you all to, this is a listener-supported channel. I encourage you all to support the channel. The links are in the description of each and every episode. Have a great night, everyone. Leave me a comment. It's another great way to get the episode out there and help spread the word. Please hit the thumbs up on your way out. I will see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Have a great night, everyone.
you're in. You plotted a murder, cause you wanted to raise your daughter's kid. Tallahassee is just a stop on the way to civilization. Miami is where all the fancy people are at. The TV is a Power 5. You can't get away from that. Two-toe, tay-toe, hoo-ho, you know the guy you pay, and you can't get away from that. Oh, Donna, what a stitch you're in. You thought jail was just for the little people, but now you're sold blankets with the locked up crew. You're a grandmother in lockdown, and your one-way ride to freedom you blew. What a stitch you're in. Your family are exiled from the social circles you swam in. We all know you never made that banana bread or offered to babysit for Dan, but you'll soon be making license plates and thinking about what could have been.